Yes, this chocolate cake was baked in a kadhai. My father has been making this recipe for us since I was a child, and he has perfected it over the years. Come along with my father as he shows you how to make this delicious chocolate cake. Start by measuring 180 grams of refined flour. To this, add 20 grams of cocoa powder. Then, add 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Add all the ingredients to a fine mesh wheel and pass through it to ensure they are evenly mixed. In case you do not have a weave, you can skip this step and mix with a spoon, though this method will yield you better results. Measure in 200 grams of powdered sugar. Use granulated sugar if you have that available, but it will have a slightly different procedure while mixing, which I will explain later in the video. Crack 3 eggs into a large bowl big enough to use a hand blender in, as the volume will increase once we whisk them in. To this, add 2 teaspoons of vanilla essence. Though this is a chocolate flavor cake, the vanilla essence removes the smell and flavor of the eggs and gives a sweet tasting neutral flavor. Mix until all you can smell is vanilla scent from the mixture. Then mix in all the powdered sugar we had measured out earlier and start blending it into the egg mixture. At this point, if you are using granulated sugar, add the sugar slowly into the mixture and blend them in batches. If you add all the granulated sugar at once, it will curdle the mixture. Keep blending till the mixture thickens and comes closer to a paste-like consistency. Keep this aside. Now measure 115 grams of salted butter in a mold in which you will bake the cake. Now, in a flat-bottomed kadhai, place a metal stand, then place the mold with the butter. Cover and heat the kadhai on high flame for 5 minutes. This will not only melt the butter but also preheat the kadhai for baking. Next, slowly add and blend in butter with earlier made egg mixture. Mix the flour into the egg and butter mixture and gradually blend it in. Remember, blend until there are no lumps left. Too much blending will cause excess gluten formation, and your cake will lose the soft, spongy texture. Using the remaining melted butter in the mold, coat all its sides. Sprinkle some refined flour and coat the edges of the mold as shown. This here is an important step. We are doing this so the cake does not stick after baking and comes off without making much hassle. Gently pour the cake batter into the mold. You can see the velvety smooth texture we have achieved here. This will yield a very foamy soft cake that will melt in your mouth. Take the mold and tap it lightly on the surface to remove any large air pockets from the batter, and we are ready to bake. Place the cake batter in the preheated kadhai and cover. Using a flat dough, seal the lid of the kadhai from all edges so that heat in the kadhai can be optimized as much as possible while baking. As soon as the kadhai has been sealed, Place it on the large burner of your stove top and cook on low heat for 60 minutes. After 60 minutes, turn off the heat and let the kadhai cool down for 5 to 10 minutes. Poking the cake with a skewer stick and checking if it comes out clean indicates the cake is cooked through. Then remove the dough seal from the sides of the lid and carefully lift the cake out. Use a kitchen pincer as kadhai and the cake are still hot. Using a knife, wedge the cake out of the mold. And using a plate, invert the cake onto it as shown. Then flip over the cake on the other side and sprinkle it with powdered sugar for that extra level of indulgence. Cut out a piece and serve. I prefer the freshly hot baked cake. It has its own charm. Thanks for watching.